Welcome back to the Abyss, my fellow horror enthusiasts. Tonight, we delve into the darkest corners of human experience, those unsettling moments when the ordinary twists into the terrifying. You see, what truly chills us to the core is not the supernatural, but the horror that finds us in the mundane. Stories that remind us that monsters don't always lurk in the dark. Sometimes they hide in plain sight. So, lock your doors, turn off the lights, and prepare to confront 6 deeply disturbing life horror stories that will leave you questioning your own sanity. Trust me, you'll never look at your roommate, your neighbor, or even your reflection the same way again.
A young college student moves into an off-campus apartment. Everything seems perfect except for one unsettling detail. There's a 4th roommate, one no one seems to acknowledge. Her name is whispered in hushed tones, dismissed as a figment of imagination. But the signs are impossible to ignore. A used plate, a damp towel, a faint scent of lavender perfume. The student tries to rationalize it, but unease takes root. One night, plagued by nightmares, the student wakes up to a chilling sight. The forgotten roommate, pale and gaunt, stands at the foot of their bed, her eyes hollow and filled with sadness. "You can't stay here," she whispers. The next morning, the horrifying truth is revealed. The forgotten roommate had been missing for months, her body concealed within the apartment walls. Imagine a peaceful suburban street, but behind the facade of normalcy, something sinister festers. A man, new to the neighborhood, is drawn to the dilapidated house next door. An old woman observes him from behind the curtains. She never speaks, but her presence is unsettling. One stormy night, his dog vanishes. The next morning, a handprint mars his bedroom window. The old woman had died years ago, but her son remained, his sanity unraveling.
The insistent ringing of the phone pierces the night. A woman, startled awake, fumbles for the receiver. A voice, raspy and unfamiliar, whispers her name. The calls persist, night after night, the voice growing bolder. One day, while sifting through old photo albums, she notices a chilling detail. In nearly every childhood photograph, a man stands on the periphery. The man in the photos, his eyes seem to lock with hers. The stalker was not a stranger at all. He had been there all along, lurking in the shadows.
A group of friends, their laughter echoing through an abandoned building, decide to tempt fate. The elevator game promises a glimpse into another dimension. They crowd into the dilapidated elevator, their bravado masking unease. The elevator shudders to a halt, plunging them into darkness. One by one, the friends disappear. When the elevator finally groans back to life, only a handful remain. Years later, a photograph surfaces. It's a selfie, taken in a crowded elevator. In the reflection, a ghostly visage stares out. It's their friend, the one who vanished, eyes filled with an unsettling knowing.
A teenage babysitter, alone in a sprawling house, is responsible for 2 young children. The children whisper about the man in the mirror. The babysitter dismisses their claims as childish fantasy. But as the night wears on, she begins to notice things. Fleeting glimpses of movement, a cold spot, a faint whisper of her name. One night, she catches a glimpse of her reflection in the hallway mirror. It's the man, his features distorted, his eyes filled with malevolent glee.
Deep in the woods lies a hidden tunnel. A lone hiker stumbles upon this forgotten place. The air grows heavy as they venture inside. Whispers, faint at first, grow louder, beckoning them deeper. The walls are adorned with strange carvings and messages. The hiker, their mind teetering on madness, flees the tunnel, but the whispers follow them, haunting their every moment.
There you have it, 6 chilling tales that blur the line between reality and nightmare. Stories that remind us that the most terrifying monsters are often the ones we create ourselves. These stories prey on our deepest fears, our anxieties about the unknown. So the next time you're home alone or walking down a dark street, remember these stories. Remember that sometimes the most terrifying horrors are the ones that lurk just beneath the surface of our everyday lives. Sleep tight if you can.